Hello everyone, and thank you so much for joining today's video. I have a special message for you guys today from Luke chapter 19 verses 1 through 10, and I'm reading from the NIV version, and it reads, Jesus entered Jericho and was passing through. A man was there named by the name of Zacchaeus. He was a chief tax collector and was very wealthy. He wanted to see who Jesus was, but because he was short, he could not see over the crowd. So he ran ahead and climbed a sycamore fig tree to see him, since Jesus was coming that way. When Jesus reached the spot, he looked up and said to him, Zacchaeus, come down immediately. I must stay at your house today. So he came down at once and welcomed him gladly. All the people saw this and began to mutter, he has gone to be the guest of a sinner. But Zacchaeus stood up and said to the Lord, Look, Lord, here and now I give half of my possessions to the poor, and if I have cheated anybody out of anything, I will pay back 4 times the amount. Jesus said to him, Today salvation has come to this house, because this man too is a son of Abraham. For the Son of Man came to seek and to save the lost. Zacchaeus is such an interesting character because, number one, he knew that he was a sinner. He knew that what he was doing was wrong, cheating people out of their money, and he wanted to make things right with God. He had a heart for Jesus, and he wanted to see things change in his life. He longed to do what was right. And I think that's one of the first things to start with, if you find yourself wanting to know who Jesus is and to be a follower of him, you have to first acknowledge your sin and make things right with God so that you can be in right standing with him if you want to be a true follower of Jesus. And I love how Zacchaeus, he was honest, with himself, and he opened up to Jesus and letting him know the things that he was doing wrong and to make things right. And so if you find yourself in a situation like Zacchaeus, like if you have secret sin or things hidden that you haven't exposed to Jesus and you want to be a follower of him, I encourage you to do it. I encourage you to don't let your sin or your shamefulness be a stumbling block to you getting close to Jesus. So like Zacchaeus, we can all make sure that we acknowledge our sin before Jesus so that we can be in good standing and see salvation. Jesus came to seek the lost, to seek and save the lost. In verse 9 and verse 10, it says, For the Son of Man came to seek and save the lost. Jesus wants you. He wants the best for you. He wants you to experience his goodness. But we have to make sure that we acknowledge our sinful nature and want to change, have a deep desire to change. We have to be fully committed to changing and wanting to live a different lifestyle and not a sinful lifestyle. So if that's you, I encourage you so much to do that today, to make that a high priority, and so that you can see Jesus' salvation. God bless you all, and have a great day.